Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome back to the beatzillapdx official show. I am your host, beatzillapdx officially. And this is an interesting day. So for the first time in since Black History Month, I am now able to go live again on Facebook. So today, this show is being broadcast on Twitter, YouTube, and Facebook. One of the reasons I wanted to do that is to make sure that the people on my Facebook page go subscribe to my YouTube page, which is Beatzilla Official, Beatzilla PDX Official at YouTube. So let me see if I can put that in the chat. Okay, so I just put the link. Well, that's the link to this video. Actually, you know what? And like and share this video as well. What I need to do though is do this. This is what I need to put in the chat. There we go. Okay, so hopefully the messages are going out. Okay. So if you're on my YouTube, again, go to YouTube. You can like, share, and subscribe to the Beatzilla PDX official show. And, this is what we do here. This is a space for foundational Black Americans, to be uplifted, also to be informed, because we are at a time to where there's a lot going on. Hey, 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 what's up, Silent D? Silent D in the house. So keep post comments and destinations. Okay, so for some reason, I can't post my comments on Twitter, which is going through Periscope, but you should see them on Facebook and, of course, YouTube. So without further ado, got some interesting things going on. So as we, per my show last week, I talked about the Tim, as they was calling him, Uncle Tim Scott, who basically tried to come out and deny racism, which I told you after the inauguration that they're going to be coming out on both sides, especially trying to recover from the damage of January 6th. Hashtag never forget January 6th, where they, the white supremacist militias, Oath Keepers, Proud Boys, other different groups, which not all, by the way, were in total support of Trump because they voted for him. They were there for the support of white supremacy. So let's be clear on that. So we had Tim Scott coming out and ignoring or trying to deny racism existed. I showed a lot of what he had to say last week, so I won't replay that because we already know what he said. With that being said, we know who Amanda Seales is. Amanda Seales is definitely came. Oh man, I'm telling you, that's a Mount Everest to get over. Exactly. We had the opportunity to see the real America. And what they didn't want us to see was the real America. So with that being said, we see Tim Scott comes out, says that America is not a racist country. I'm doing 2 broadcasts today. The next one will be walking that little story down, that America is not a racist country. Well, we'll take a good, deeper look into that. What is up, Conscious Outlaws? Shout out to my brothers. Yes, sir. B1, Black First. This is a Black First space. If you didn't know, I think I make it pretty clear. It is definitely not a space that if you are a white supremacist or a white supremacist sympathizer or even suspected white supremacists, and you just haven't admitted the truth to yourself yet. This probably is not the space for you. Fair to say. Because you're not going to like what I have to say much. And if you're a Amanda Seals fan, no, no slight to her other than what she has done in the past, which has often been one of the mouthpieces for the gender divide agenda of the Democratic Party. So, she now has came out and is talking about how embarrassed Kamala Harris supporters are for supporting her. Well, they should be, because you supported somebody against the new black media. And this is now, we have this whole term called wokeness, woke, anti-woke. And all of it stems off of trying to get back to that BIE, the what they call a black identity extremist. It's all about that, because that's what they want to do. So you have to vilify groups. I mean, just look at how they're doing Hebrew Israelites and Nation of Islam, Farrakhan. These people, there is nobody in these groups that are pushing violence or harming anyone. Matter of fact, both of these groups admonish people to spiritually tighten up. So it is not a situation where anyone is promoting violence. That's the old stereotype, and now that the new black media has came to the forefront, it makes it very hard. It makes it very hard to escape the truth. So now we have some of the, what we say, Biden sexuals or black Biden voters that are now who have basically swallowed their tongues. We had for so long, right before this election, everybody that could vouch and say that Biden is a better choice than Trump, when people like myself and other members of the new black media have consistently stressed since the previous election, no tangibles, no vote. It's always a fear tactic to get a vote. Now it's a fear tactic to get something else. And the fear, man. One of the things, again, you got to understand, the spirit of fear don't come from the Most High, period. So you're not facing anything with courage, standing in fear. Those don't go hand in hand. So you have to be willing to stand for what you need to stand for, or you fall for what you thought was good to stand for. But here's the thing for Amanda Seals. One thing, this much is clear. She made sure she stood against us. Can't escape that truth. Let's see here. So let's just read this, shall we? And then I'm going to play another clip of her, so people can understand, look, you basically did this to yourself, and putting anybody else in the midst of this, don't lump us in with you. We're not you. So let's see. This is an article from Atlanta Black Star. It reads, let's see, let me go ahead and make this bigger on my screen over here so you can see I go full screen with it. All right. There we go. Okay. She embarrassed everyone who supported her. Amanda Seals hits back at VP Kamala Harris for saying America isn't a racist country, which we all know America is definitely a racist country. It's founded on racism. When this country was founded, black people were in chattel slavery. Its founders owned slaves, and it's going into multiple terms of presidency. Slavery still existed. So we have to look at that for what it is. So we can't actually say that America is not a racist country when the ideal system of its founding is just that. That's kind of irresponsible. But I can totally understand if your family does not have a lineage that is tied to this country. That does make total sense. Um, but let's see. Those familiar with the actress on social justice activist. Wait, let me start that over again. Wait, what are we saying? What are we calling her again? Those familiar with actress and social justice activist Amanda Seales, okay, know she presents herself as having a zero tolerance policy. I guess that might have been known. That's a typo in a major publication, but okay. Known for having a zero tolerance policy for minimizing topics on the well-being of Black and brown bodies in America. Oh, wait a minute. That's not Black and brown bodies. She only sticks up for Black and brown women. She does not stick up for Black and brown men. And that's why you're using the word bodies. That's disingenuous right there, because we're not being honest. And so this is obviously Atlanta Black Star's attempt at trying to soften the blow for, I guess, maybe the earned aggression of Biden by the Biden sexuals, especially the Black ones, who made sure that they told all of the new Black media how stuck on stupid we were for not voting. But now people are feeling embarrassed, as well as they should be. And as well as you should get the same energy that you gave. When it comes to the subject of racism, okay, Seales tells it how she thinks it is approach applies to anyone regardless of status. Wait a minute. What white men has she called out? Oh, no, she did the same thing that Tarana Burke did. She just didn't say it. But no, she's told the same line. Let's not play that game, please. So it came as no surprise that when Vice President Kamala Harris agreed with the only Black Republican in the Senate, Senator Tim Scott's controversial viewpoint following President Joe Biden's first address to Congress. Seales had much to say. Following Biden's speech on Wednesday, April 28th, Scott claimed that America was not a racist country, setting some quarters of social media ablaze. I wonder who they're talking about. Oh boy. Okay, so everybody, come on, or on some bullshit. Cool, blah blah. Seales began her fiery post she uploaded from her Instagram page on Saturday, May 1st. That was dumb and embarrassing, and she embarrassed everyone who supported her. My question there is, why on earth would you support a woman who everyone told you had a bad track record with Black folk? Then came out of her own mouth and said, well, I'm just not going to sit up here and act like I'm going to do something just for Black people. No. And you're embarrassed now? How? How now? So I'll just go on because, I mean, she goes on these rants. The one thing she doesn't ever do is ever go on an apologizing tour as loud as she always wants to be the loudest one in the room. So with that being said, that's not really respectable or commendable, not in my book, because when you want to be the loudest one in the room, being like James Brown said, loud and wrong, then at some point either shut up or at least correct what you did, because this woman, same as Roland Martin, and everybody's doing the butter biscuit 2 shuffle right now and trying to figure out how do we clean this up, because yes, we shot ourselves in the foot and nothing is happening other than what the new Black media and the grassroots that ain't dealing with y'all getting done. Yeah, super screech on that. Now, here's Amanda Seales. Stop saying Kamala Harris is just as bad as Donald Trump. Just stop. It's not accurate or helpful and annoying as... And that's from September 2020. She was all on board then. And this was back when she was telling all of the new black media and all of us people such as, all of us that we shouldn't be out here saying what we say on our platforms. And there was a whole push of a lot of people doing that too, from Facebook to Twitter to Instagram. All of this coming on, well, you shouldn't say this or you shouldn't say that on your own damn platform. These people got a lot of nerve. And one other thing that we also see, this is something you could see I'm invested in. So if you're not invested in it, don't bother me with foolishness, because that's not really serious. And this thing here that we doing at the New Black Media is very serious. If you can't find it in your thinking to just simply show due respect to a person that actually does their due diligence and research, and maybe dedicated to one thing for a very long time, if you can't find yourself to respect that, then maybe this platform isn't for you. However, it seems like my comment sections often are. So I just wonder, well, where are the Biden sexuals at now? Do you feel like she feels? You know what I'm saying? Do you feel like she feels now? Do you feel like she played you? I mean, at least she was bold enough to say it. I'll give her that credit, because a lot of you men that came to these different spaces, we ain't heard nothing from you. Guess that goes to show what you stand on. See, this is the thing. You believed it. Okay. Well, come here and tell me now what you see. Don't be quiet and then pop up years down the line as a damn agent of the Democratic Party trying to get people to go vote for your whatever candidate you roll out that ain't going to do nothing for black folk. I hear some of the dumbest conversations that, well, we can't expect anything to be done for us. Why? Ain't you voting? What you voting for if you can't expect nothing to get nothing for your group? How does that make any sense? But you got people like this that will be proud, more than happy and proud to always denigrate their own for an old white dude and a Hindu Jamaican to come save the day, when you got your own voice in your own land. Now let's not do this. Now see, and now we skip down. This was just embarrassing. Of course it was. Genius? Oh, okay. It won't. Oh, it's just gonna open whole Twitter. Never mind. Okay, so let's just go here. So as you see, she's so upset at this. Well, you should be embarrassed. What did you think she was gonna do? You thought she was gonna talk against? Oh Lord. Whoa, what's happening here? So you thought she was really gonna talk against white supremacy? She's out of her damn mind. And I mean, nobody's gonna do that. Hey, Desmond Works. What's up, my brother Desmond? What's going on? Thank you. And again, anybody that is watching on YouTube or watching on my my Facebook, here we go. I want y'all to like and subscribe to this YouTube channel. Let me put this thing in the chat again. This is beatzillapdx official at YouTube. So you could come to this channel, like, subscribe, share the videos, participate in the chat, and, enjoy this content that I do. Of course, y'all know who I speak for. I speak for the family first, which always be one with me. That's how I rock. That's how I've been rocking. I was raised that way. Hey, do I have Judah Queen in here? Is she in here? Oh, hey, I didn't even see you. What's up, Judah Queen? Hey, how you doing today? We are getting it in. Let's see what this woman got to say here. See if this will play.
I don't think America is a racist country, but we also do have to speak truth about the history of racism in our country and its existence today.
Okay, so everybody on some bullshit. Cool.
Oh, I just stop. Come on now. Let's go back.
Cool.
Oh, this is how we're doing it today, huh?
Cool. That was dumb and embarrassing. And she embarrassed everybody who has supported her.
Oh, like she shouldn't be. Okay. So while she's sitting up there looking ghetto as hell, smacking on chips. Oh, God. And just to think, though, the people that come to our spaces and tell us how stupid we are. God. Oh, man, black men, you got to just do better. Well, at least you was rocking her natural hair. Oh, man. So let me get that one out of here because, see, we got to, like I say, vet everybody. And if they ain't thorough, they ain't thorough. And she ain't thorough. You dig? Now, one thing I'm noticing about what she's doing, though, is she's trying to make her way back over to blackness, which is mad funny. Okay, come on, man. So she's been making a few videos lately, like the one she did about how embarrassed she is and going in. Now, let me tell you, that has a lot to do with the fact of these people's cards is being revoked, because they have to deal with a lot of these, with the blowback of all the stuff they've done. Janaea Whitney, or Janae Whitney. I hope I pronounced your name right. If I didn't, please forgive me. Let me see is this it? Okay, I think this is it. So last year, when she was still in support of Kamala Harris and Joe Biden. Now, see, again, we're talking about like Joe Biden. I've spoke on him plenty, but this dude is literally like an understudy of Strom Thurmond. So this is how my mind works. If the KKK was able to basically morph themselves into law enforcement, a former Grand Wizard was able to savvy his way into political office along with his segregationist understudy. Oh, yes, indeed. Oh, gotcha. But his understudy, Joe Biden. So understanding how to play the game for the end result, which end result is white supremacy. So you tell me, if a person understood how to be savvy, a savvy con man or a savvy liar or a savvy deceiver, but really understands how to use the law, then what should we look at? How they use the law or how they speak? This is the only point that we was trying to get across. And also, not only that, having Trump in office made white supremacy an issue. Now, from January 6th, now mind you, all this stuff that's going on, but these cases, they're trying to throw Derek Chauvin's thing out. Amber Geiger's trying to get out. Because remember, they shot her star witness in the mouth. So he's dead. He can't come back and say nothing. And this whole thing with Derek Chauvin, and the juror, this looks staged as hell. And I mean, look, this looks like the fix is in. So people get ready. Nobody should have been celebrating in the beginning anyway, because he's not convicted. And so, mind you, he's got convicted. They pushed out the sentencing 8 weeks. Within this time, he could be free. There's nothing to celebrate here. This is a cold game, but y'all got to watch how they work. And we've been trying to tell Black folks how this system works, but they believe everything they heard, hear, and don't see. So when it comes from us, the new Black media, people that look like them, people that are invested in our survival, it's too hard to believe. We must be questioned at every turn. That just shows how much you really hate yourself, to be quite honest. I'm sure somebody, well, no, that's not me. I had somebody say, that talking like a slave didn't mean you were a slave because you were free in Jesus Christ. They were singing Jesus spirituals in slavery, in chains. Were changed. They were still slaves. Yes, they had a connection to the spirit, but they still had that chain and albatross around their necks. So to get up here in 2021 talking stupid is just ridiculous. And then when it backfires on you, none of you have the courage to come back and stand on what you said. So don't expect anybody to respect you, and don't act like people are insulting you by calling you stupid. You did something stupid and you're an adult. Stop being a political infant. The information's here. Everybody got a damn phone. You got news right in the access of your hand. Put it on your smartwatch. Get these notifications. Know what's going on. I mean, but hey, a lot of people can worry about other things. Go get your hair done. Go get your nails done. Not saying that self-care is not a good thing, but don't tell me self-care and then turn around and feed your face with pork, shellfish, catfish, and all that other kind of bullshit that you could be eating. That doesn't make any sense to do. So, with that being said, I think we got this one here. So let me go bring this up. Let's see if that plays.
We have a Black woman VP running mate, Kamala Harris. This is not the time to start with your Kamala Harris hate. This is not the time. Refer to the video I just posted. We gotta get real bottom line focus right now. We can't have detracting. We can't have shading. We can't have, but I want it. That ain't it. Everybody gotta get on board.
Whew. Well, all right. Well, see, doesn't that everybody get on board sound slightly familiar to something that the new Black media has been saying for the last few years? Get on code, and it's no tangibles, no vote. Let's not be embarrassed now. But you're going on TV to tell them what you expect. They already told you. If loud and wrong was a person, and that's what I said, like James Brown said, talking loud and ain't saying nothing. And there's a lot of these people that pop out. But, I wonder how tough does that actually hold up in a real live debate? Because, I see so many people that have so much to say behind that keyboard. But what about live? Can you handle that? I just want to know, are there anybody out there that, because I'm sure there's people watching on Facebook right now that are just probably really silently watching. Oh, and let me say this one thing too. For the one particular person out here that kind of has an idea that I give a damn about what you post, I don't. I'm just saying you can't come in my space if you don't operate in it. If you don't support nothing the black people are doing, you're not pushing anything about reparations or even justice or us not being harmed. So if you in a thirst trap, by all means, thirst trap. That's what Instagram is for. Get your change. we, we don't hate on that over here, but you're not fitting to come over here and all of a sudden start talking against pro-black business. That's what we're not going to do. So if you want to go do that, go do that. Just like, if you don't want to be on code and join in with the financial boycott to make sure that our dollars circulate in our community to make our community stronger, then yeah. If you get jumped on in one of them spots, then that's on you. Don't call us because we won't call you. Now, with that being said, this is a woman who had to flip-flop. And there's so many of you out there that did this. And all of you now are moonwalking. You're all moonwalking away. Well, should we still have respect for you? You led a whole generation down a wrong path of voting for people that absolutely ain't going to do nothing for you. Now, not to mention the other video that I wish I would have had right now ready for you guys to play, but I'm sure y'all seen it. Did y'all see Jim Clyburn chime in on this issue? Please tell me y'all did. Please tell me y'all did. Because you know what he had to say. Uncle Jim Clyburn. So he doubled down, of course, because that's what he does. He doubles down and says, well, no, America ain't racist. But this is the same dude that came out in, oh, okay, I do got it. Yes. All right. Let me get this on the screen. And I'll let this butter biscuit boule Sambo talk for himself. Jim Clyburn, and let me tell you something. All of these people have Twitters. So they are public officials. They are at your behest. So if you have questions, hit them up. We do. You see how fast they got the DA out there for that sister? See how fast that happened? If you're really serious about your people, you could do that. But if you're playing, well, then, you just a sideline sitting sucker with a whole lot to say and a lot of opinion about how to do nothing. Let's just be scared. Let's not bother them folks now. Them people be getting upset at us and keep calling them racist now. Jeez. Y'all. My grandmother was the opposite of this dude here. So,
Congressman Clyburn, appreciate you joining us. What do you make of these efforts by Republicans in Florida to restrict voting rights there?
Well, I would remind all those who seem to feel that there's something different about having a country being declared a racist country and having entities within the country doing racist things. And I think that that's the problem here. A racist country would never elect Barack Obama president or Kamala Harris vice president. But will we tolerate these kind of racially tinged things that are taking place in Georgia, in Florida, and many other states? We now have 47 states that have introduced legislative activities that would in some way suppress voters. What is that about? So we should stop.
Okay. Now, let me point something out here. We're going right back to talking about voting suppression, and he tried to intermix the American being labeled as a racist country in that. See how slick he tried to do that? See, Jim Clyburn is one of them, oh, we don't want no trouble, ass Negroes. So you got to understand when you dealing with people like that. If anybody remember Roots, if y'all old enough to have seen it, or y'all seen the replays, y'all remember when Kizzy was dating the character that the dude Richard Roundtree was playing. So the dude who actually played the original Shaft. So she's getting with him on the plantation. The owners, the slave owners, come to a meeting of the minds, and so the man is going to be able to take Kizzy as a wife. Well, before she leaves the plantation, she wants to go visit her parents, which I guess at the plantation they had, both of her parents had died. So she goes to the grave and whatnot, but they get back late. And so Shafts, I was just say just for lack of, I can't remember slave name in that movie, but his master was upset that he was like late. So I guess he was kind of thinking he might have ran off or something. But so he flashes on them, brother, right? And this man turned into Jim Clyburn just like that. Big, strong, strapping man, a strong man. Yeah, that's right, girl. Go get in there and fix me a plate. Oh, this white man just checked him. He was like, oh, whew. I swear before God, I just don't ever want to be that close to troubles again. No, sir. Oh, no, sir. That is Jim Clyburn, y'all. Oh, my Lord. Oh, my Lord. And a lot of y'all is this brand new a bunch of little Jim Clyburns running around here now. But a lot of y'all feeling stupid, as well as you should. Because voting for someone who tells you they ain't going to do nothing for your community is idiotic. So don't feel insulted for somebody stating the obvious about your capacity to understand how you're being affected by your bad decision. Because we're affected by it too. We got all these kids getting murdered in the street, still getting killed. And then you got this sister that she's going to tie herself up to a tree and then put a belt around her own damn neck. And it's a suicide. That sounds like Joe Bean Keller's son here. Because this is another one of them situations where, if anybody was watching the March on Washington, the brother who is from here, Joe Bean Keller, lost his son to the police by way of suicide by shooting himself in the back of the head twice while handcuffed. My next broadcast will be America's still not racist though, right? See, one thing we got to start doing, we got to start getting these people out of the paint, because these people are absolutely against our progress. They have got their reparations. The biscuits is good. The biscuits is real good. So much so that you even have people that have vowed to stop the I think that's on my actual page. Let me go to my page. Stop the, what is it, voter, what they call that? Not voter, I'm sorry. The critical race theory talk. That's what they're looking to dismantle that. Well, the black governor of Georgia has vowed to veto that said bill. There we go. Yeah, he's decided that he would veto that bill. Pause that so I can get this. And this is Mark Lamont Hill. This is why also I have my fair use disclaimer on here, because I was going to be playing quite a bit of news. So here we go. Now, again, I told you, watch out for these people, especially these old Negroes. They're going to wheel out on us from the left and from the right. So you just seen Tim Scott, Republican, Kamala Harris, Democrat, You also got the other dude, Jim Clyburn, I just showed, Democrat, congressional black con job. And now we also have I believe he's a black Republican governor, if I'm not mistaken, the one who beat out Stacey Abrams. So this is what he had to say. Now, I also want you to peep this dance that they're doing about which one is actually going to address racism and white supremacy. Just peep this out, y'all. This is just funny. I was watching, it's like, oh, so no one's actually going to call out racism. We're just going to sidestep the whole thing. Woo, yes. This is a BS dance in its finest. Now, just watch and enjoy, y'all.
I'm trying to understand, though. You oppose critical race theory, which I understand. I'm just asking, what is it? What is the thing you define it? Like, for example, if I said I'm against creationism, I would say creationism is X, Y, and Z, right? If I said I was against the teaching of sex education, I say, well, sex education is X, Y, and Z, and I'd have a basis for it. What is critical race theory?
Well, first of all, again, I can tell you, but it's left up to you to understand. I can't make you understand. The fact of it is, the critical race theory, even on its basis, should not be taught in our schools, period. Now, if you can't understand,
but what is it?
If you want to debate, well, to me, what it does, to me, my interpretation, as well as many others.
No, not what it does. What is it? How do you define it? I mean, that's asking you to define critical race theory because my audience may not know.
Well,
say it
obviously
again.
You don't know, and you haven't. I said, obviously you don't know, and you haven't told your audience. But again, how I see it, and how
I don't know.
See, well, then what is it then? No, what is it then? Okay,
well,
wait,
I'm happy to answer that for you, but you're saying
just answer. I'll tell you what.
I will. Absolutely.
Into debate.
Okay, now are y'all peeping Are you peeping the dance here? Are y'all peeping? Neither one of them want to call out racism or white supremacy, so they're both going out of their way to avoid actually calling it out. This is hilarious. I saw this board. I was like, okay, this fits exactly with what I'm talking about. So this is what we have done. New Black Media and Grassroots. We have the power. I want y'all to understand that. We have the power so much that they have to throw together some kind of agenda and talking point to combat what we do. Because here's what's happening now. People aren't going to the mainstream media first. They're coming to us. So that's power. Why? Because we can be trusted. Why? Because we care. And we're not paid off voices and talking heads for a political party. Shall we continue?
Okay, I'm waiting for you to answer. Go ahead and answer.
I will. Just hold on one second. You're saying that on day one,
answer the question first.
He does look like
answer the first question.
I promise I'll answer your question.
Well, I want you to answer before you move on.
That's fine. But
what is it? You can't tell your audience what it is.
I think
you can't tell your audience what it is.
Sir, I'm going to answer.
Is that what you're saying,
all
sir?
Right, in order
you tell me you can't tell your audience.
In order for us to have a conversation, we can't talk over each other, brother. I'm happy to answer your question, but I want to finish my question on my show. So what I'm saying is, on day one, you've made a statement that on day one, you're going to have an executive order to ban something, and you have yet to define what the thing is you're going to ban. I'm happy to answer it. I happen to have expertise in this area, but I would think because you are going to make you're going to make as an executive order a ban of something. I would think that you would have a definition of it. You've told me what it does. You've mentioned Christopher Columbus, which has nothing to do with critical race theory. Critical race theory. You asked me to answer your question. There's plenty of time. We can go 3 segments. We got all night, so we'll have all the time in the world, brother. I do want to answer.
We asked you for editorial. I asked you to answer, and you went through editorial. Let me say this.
I love it. Oh man, oh man, oh man. Oh my goodness. So see, here's what it is. We have changed the conversation. And it's okay to own that because we did that. So oh my Lord. Oh Lordy me. So hey, I want to. I'm about to probably close this broadcast out. I will be back at 1:30 p.m. Right here, right here. That's Pacific Standard Time. I probably will also go on all three platforms for that program too, because it's a celebration. Hey, after a 4-month ban, my last time going live on Facebook was with my moderator, Silent D, and also the brother Mac Rue. Do you know how long ago that was? It was in February. So we're back. And again, Facebook family and Twitter family, make sure you go subscribe to my YouTube channel, beatzillapdx official. You can follow me, of course, on Instagram, beatzillapdx. You can follow me on Twitter, and make sure you follow me on Twitter, beatzillapdx. That's where it really goes down. They actually got this. Twitter's doing something that's kind of like what's that other app? I don't have it, but that everybody calls in. Then there's also fan base, but I'm not really into those. So if I do anything, I'll be using Twitter. I think it's Spaces. And then, of course, Melanated People app, the app for melanated people by melanated people. This is also Michael Beatzilla Whitmore, is where you can find me there, as well as you can find my music. So with that being said, also, if you want to donate to this platform and program, you definitely can, and everything is much appreciated. Thank you for your support in advance. That is CashApp, $beatzillapdx. And if you need to email me, that's Clubhouse. Thank you, Silent D. Clubhouse. If you need to email me any questions or even have show ideas, I will be integrating on my next broadcast. We will do a little call-in section too. So, I mean, I want the B1 family to, if you got some time, come chop it up. Because we're going to talk about the second part of this. So we have our people coming out saying that, you know, America is not racist and whatnot. Well, we see the big difference. You know what I'm saying? White people sitting back and enjoying it. You know, what's so interesting about especially the interaction on Twitter, y'all just don't understand how much other people want into our spaces. And I've always been one to, you know, I used to be over at the coffee shop we had here. And one thing that I think was an issue for a lot of people is it kind of served as a location for a black think tank. So, you know, with that being said, this is a thankless job for a lot. You know, so for everybody behind the scenes, I understand everything that goes into it, the research and the work that everybody putting in. So once again, I applaud you and appreciate you. You know, everything that y'all doing, all of these articles, all of these videos, and because we're all family, people can now just get their information out direct. Shout out to hashtag New Black Media. We're here. We are here. So, with that being said, you know, I hope y'all liked the little intro I did. I'm just, you know, experimenting with some things. I will also be going live tomorrow. I'm just double dipping this week since I'm back on Facebook. Hey, everybody. So even if you Facebook people, you want to chime in, you know, you definitely can. I will have the links in the chat when I come back. Come black. Until then, though, you know how it goes here. Babylon is falling. Babylon is falling. Let it fall and let us rise. You know, you got to speak it into existence. You know what I'm saying? If we want a brighter day, then you better ask for it. Proclaim it, as we say. See, that's another part. They actually tricked you into believing what they wanted you to proclaim. So I say it like this: you better look at yourself as victorious. And it all starts in the spirit, not by, let's go get guns and go out there. Now, I definitely believe in being armed. But as far as going up against the system, that's a recipe for disaster. Use what ball is in your court. That's why they want you so low vibrational, have you so stuck in a low, sad, emotional state. And for those of you who are over in my lane, if you understand what I'm saying, I would advise you to just go look at the history of your people. In the first 4 books, you get a real good explanation of the people that you are around even today. We are the Joshua generation, not of the dead. Moses' generation is the ones that are telling you what you probably shouldn't do right now. And they're comfortable with that because they still have the mind of Egypt. Egypt meaning bondage. So, yeah, in Christ, you may be free indeed. But in America, the rule of Dred Scott still applies to you. That's why it's so important to get this Chauvin trial thrown out, because it flies directly in the face of Dred Scott. Pay attention, people. Same thing with Evan Geiger. So they can open up that floodgate to start slaughtering us. Stop freaking voting for nothing. Get tangibles for your vote, get protection for your people, or shut up. This is serious out here. It's not going to be a race war. You're in it. They gave up the sheets for uniforms and badges. All of them kids that was at them lynchings, they wearing uniforms and judge robes and DAs and public pretenders. Those are your children of those Klan members who enjoyed inflicting nothing but devilish, evil harm on you. So with that being said, this next broadcast will be a doozy. So I would advise everybody on Facebook, please, 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 please go to my YouTube channel and subscribe. beatzillapdx official. Follow me on Instagram, beatzillapdx. Follow me on Twitter, beatzillapdx. Because after the day, I'll probably be banned off of Facebook. So by that, peace, shalom, love y'all.